what would I be looking for in a lender? Somebody who, we're all super busy, so I just need somebody, it's nice to be updated. Text and email are actually great. Phone calls just to say that appraisal came in at value, that's probably best. Text or email, so you can kind of, it's great to get the update, but kind of at your convenience. But what I like is that my great lenders, when I say it's going to close in 17 days, I just don't worry about it. I just know it's done. So they're keeping me updated on status. But trust and consistency are key. And with my key lending partners, I have that. So I think that's, if you have a top agent you're working with and you give a deadline or a goal, please make sure you make that happen, because it's a realtor's reputation as well if you don't perform. So that's, to me, amazingly valuable is reputation. And then other things I would ask for would be just kind of, if you could proactively kind of prep the client as well. I love what you're saying, Dave, about videos, because I'll have a lot of my clients where they're not being well informed by their lender, as if they work with a lender I didn't recommend, and I kind of have to go through with them about, kind of all kind of more or less be their lender in the sense of advise them, for your goals, I think the 7-year, not the 30 is best, because you're going to make partner at the law firm, you're going to double your salary, so I think you can take the risk. Or, here's your typical closing costs, what you'll expect. But if I could have the lender, ideally through video, so the lenders, my great lender partners, their time's not wasted, or articles they've written. But if they can explain all those concepts and save me from having to kind of do that second, that as well as kind of explain all the real estate, that is very valuable. And if I were a lender, how would I differentiate myself? I might get bold. I mean, part of on the listing side, where I spent more money than other agents. I kind of bought my way into the listing side, and now I just raised my commission so that I'm making more profit than others are. But like, the key is, don't be afraid to kind of be aggressive to get in the marketplace, and then once you're in there, then you can, do everything you want. But if I were a lender, I might say something like, I'm going to close in 20 days, presuming that you put down the client has to give me these documents. And if I don't close on those 20 days, I'll affirmatively let you know I'm going to pay twice the seller's carrying cost. And then the agent can go and then the presentation say, my lender's so confident we're going to close in 20 days. And the amazingly rare event we don't, the lender's already volunteered to pay twice your closing costs because he knows he's closing on time. And the great lenders on this call here, they're probably closing on time 95% plus of the time, presuming the client you have in there, the client has to respond and give you the documents on these timely manner. But on that 5%, say you have 2 or 3 days that you have to pay 2x. It's so worth it because it got you in the door, and that lender to me is showing confidence in their ability. And that's just a one-off idea, so I'm not sure if people want to follow that or not. But just an example, like, how can you convey how strong you are as a lender and that you're a strategic partner to your realtor? Because once my lenders, like, I've given them hundreds of millions of deals because they're just really good, and I really appreciate all that they do. Oh, and then one thing on rate, people get like the client focuses too much on rate, like 1/8 of a difference, and I try and tell them it's about service. But what I do ask my lenders is just be in the game, because it hurts everybody. It hurts the realtor if you're like 3As higher, which I don't think happens too much in this marketplace. But if the client feels the need, like I tell my clients, usually I give them 2. These are my 2 best lenders I recommend you talk to, and then you can decide who you want. But once they decide, I really encourage my clients to stay with that lender. But what I don't, it's just if they shop around and get a much better rate somewhere else, it makes me look bad. Like I was almost, I want to pick lenders who, I need everyone to make a healthy profit, but just be in the game so that, everything's defensible, because it's bad for everyone if the lender gets switched.
Yeah, no doubt. So, guys, let's net out a few things, and I'm going to try to bring one question from the audience. You heard it from Ken, how valuable it is to use video. You heard how he likes to be communicated with as efficiently as possible. So as a mortgage coach, you can update that video, not only when you're delivering options, but literally you could update the video and then just let Ken know or let your realtor know that video has been updated, and they can net it out. So, if you're a mortgage coach, make sure you're adding a video memo to all of your mortgage experiences, and that video can now be updated. So if you don't know how to do that, come to our Thursday call, and we'll drill down on that. Make sure that you're driving that total cost experience with each and every family, so you're taking the focus off of rate and fee, and you're putting it on the clients. What are their goals? Is their goal to move up into a bigger home within 3 to 5 years? Is their goal to pay it off faster? Whatever the client's goal is, that's what you need to deliver. And you heard it from Ken, the two approaches as a lender that he likes most is either coming in and learning his problems, showing how you're going to uniquely solve that in a tailored way, or if you are going to just come in based off of your products and programs and with a very specific niche offering. So Ken, last question, and then we'll wrap it up. A lot of loan officers, I see them approaching agents and they're sending out emails, these HTML emails, and personally I look at most of that and it's just noise. It's what the loan officer wants to tell you. It's what the industry wants to tell you. It's not personalized. It's not insightful. Do you agree that 90% of what lenders, they think they're busy and they're marketers, but it's just noise to you? Or first of all, do you validate that? And then if you could just tell us one thing that might not be noise that we could market to you. Thoughts?
Perfect. Yes. No, I agree, David. And it's even worse than noise because it kind of like takes up your time. You have to that's just a boring, generic email that was sent out to hundreds of people. And especially when you're kind of I worked very hard to kind of get to this level of volume. And if someone's like, I'm not going to have just, obviously at this point I have some great relationships with my partner lenders. So I'm not just going to some random email kind of click on that. So noise and almost maybe even the slightest that's not very smart. That's not very well thought out. So almost even a slight negativity towards the concept that somebody would send such a generic email to, that I'm just one of hundreds. And, why would I want to work with somebody who gave no forethought to kind of being part of the team? So, and then the opposite of that would be and again, this wouldn't be for, you don't waste your time with everybody, but pick your top 25 or 50 real estate agents in the marketplace. And I would say to those on the call, it's really less about the individual getting the loan, because that's the one time, maybe a couple of referrals, but really focus on getting into the top 10 agents. And literally I've just funneled hundreds of millions just in the last 2 years to my great lender partners. So work with the top agents because they can just blow you up with business. But what I would say, if there's someone actually the antithesis of that, would be a very tailored email. And what I've been surprised about is how much the clients focus on rate. I go, rate's nothing. It's all about service. But also what's surprising is the variability in the underwriting criteria, where how some lenders, say you're trading up, most lenders will look at the debt ratios for both homes, but a few niche lenders will say, hey, if you're trading up, we won't look at the debt ratios for your existing home, or we'll give it just 6 months of carrying cost. On retirement account, does your lender give, how much for reserves they give the retirement account varies. In Silicon Valley, stock options, are the options counted as income or not? It varies a lot. But if they could write me a tailored email, just an example, Silicon Valley example, Ken, I know your clients have a lot of stock options. A lot of lenders won't give full credit to that or are conservative in how they view it. But our underwriting criteria, we give full, as long as they have 2 years pattern on these stock options, we give full credit to that in their salary, and they can qualify for more, or something like that. But they've actually, in that tailored email, really kind of think about what unique products you have, and it might just be not be rate at all, but just underwriting criteria. Your underwriting criteria is more favorable than others. So let me know that. Let me know your value add, where you've given thought to both your basket of products and then within that basket of products, you studied me and have picked the product that's the best fit for me. And if somebody does that, that's the person I want to have coffee with or talk further with, because they've given time thinking out both sides of the business model, their competitive advantage, and what I would most value. And don't give me that generic HTML, which is a waste of everyone's time. As you're saying, Dave, it's even worse than noise, but instead that tailored approach, and then I'm yours.
So if a mortgage coach, picked a property that you had listed, had added, some products that they think would sell it, they had created a 1 to 2 minute video just netting out what would be unique about, how they can help you, that would be valuable. You would see that as something as a valuable reach out.
Yeah, exactly. And they're helping me sell the home completely. And then they're explaining it through the video.
So absolutely. So mortgage professionals, stop, in the spirit of everything Ken is saying, spend your time on targeting the best of the best. So first of all, if you're reaching out to someone who's uncool and not that successful, maybe not the best use of your time, reach out to people that you're in essence match with, people that are super successful, and then go deep. Take the time as a mortgage coach look for a property that's been on the market. You know they're in a little bit of pain. Tailor something for them. Take a couple minutes in the video, and now you're sending something of value. So, hey, Ken, I am grateful for you taking the time to share with the mortgage coach community. I know how valuable your time is, and everybody on this call is grateful for you taking the time to share, my friend.
Oh, my pleasure, Dave. And I do have to actually want to compliment you. Like you're just like myself, bringing innovation, and I think the tips you're putting forward, videos, adding value to the agents, tailoring your message to the right people is invaluable. And these are things that I had to kind of like stumble through and figure out over 13 years. And if I could be on this call when I was a brand new, mortgage or just kind of the real estate, it would have helped me out a lot. So kudos to you as well.